I saw the dead, but nobody believed me. This story takes place when I was around 5 years old, in Bolton, UK. My mum came into the room with my food and said, "Okay, Lacey, it's time to wash up and eat your food now." Before she walked out, I stood up and walked to the door when I saw a boy around 8 years old standing outside my bathroom door. I screamed as loud as I could, but when my mum arrived he was gone. She told me to eat my food and go to sleep. At 5:43 a.m. I was woken up to the soft sound of breathing in my ear. I turned my head and saw the boy from earlier. Frantically, I crawled away as he grabbed me. He told me, "I need your help," before disappearing again. A few seconds afterwards my dad burst in and asked me what happened. I told him I had a nightmare and he said to go back to bed. I looked at my wrist where the boy had grabbed me. There was a dark red mark shaped like a hand on my wrist, and it stung so bad. It felt like my skin was being peeled off of my bone whilst my muscles and veins were being bashed repeatedly with a hammer. After breakfast I went upstairs and found a note on my bed. The handwriting was scruffy, but I could sort of read it. The note said, "Help me." After reading it I took it to my mum, who told me to stop joking around. Later on, while I was brushing my teeth, the boy appeared. This time I didn't scream or run away. I stayed there and spoke to him. "Who are you? What do you want?" I asked cautiously as the boy approached me. His skin was dirty and covered in blood and ash. "My name's Charlie, my lil pipper. I need your help to escape from this wretched home," he explained. I told him I would help him. Over time me and Charlie grew closer and would do everything together. One day he didn't appear and I started to worry. Then my 3-year-old brother walked over to me and pointed under my bed. When I looked under, there were notes and drawings from Charlie. I looked back at my brother, who was now smiling like a maniac before he smashed his toy car into my head. I screamed and began bawling my eyes out while my brother ran off and my parents came dashing in. They asked me what happened, but I started hyperventilating. Then I saw Charlie again. He was stood outside watching me. Suddenly he was right in front of me. Nobody else could see him and I started panicking. He grabbed me by the neck and before I could do anything he shoved me against the wall and told me to stay there, otherwise he would kill my family. He then began throwing my brother's toys at me. My parents saw this and called the only person they could, my grandma. She came over and started getting rid of Charlie. I had to go to the hospital because I had broken my wrist while dodging the toys. After a while I stopped seeing ghosts, but I know Charlie isn't fully gone. He's still here, just in a different form.